As an actuary, I had to create predictive models. Obviously, they were different types of predictive models. We worked on mortality and morbidity tables as opposed to predictive models on when people would leave a company. But it was a very similar skill set. And so I feel like taking all of those actuarial exams really prepared me well for the work that I was doing in the HR analytics space. And again, we didn't really know what we were doing at that point. We were paving the way. There were no roadmaps out there for people analytics. In fact, we didn't even call it people analytics back then. We happened to be pretty fortunate at Microsoft because we had access to a data warehouse with people data. Most companies 20 years ago didn't have that. And so that's why this colleague of mine had the foresight to say, wow, we have this data warehouse. There's probably so much we can do with this information. I need to get someone in here that can start experimenting and seeing what insights we can get from the data we have. One of the proudest moments I think that I had was really being able to influence the HR organization to take a completely different mindset on using data to help with decision making. Okay, and so back then we had these ROB, rhythm of the business processes, called people reviews. It was when our former CEO, Steve Ballmer, would sit down with his direct reports and talk about the organization. Okay, so talk about the different groups in the organization. And Steve was very mathematically oriented, and we used to we would call it math camp. He would go to math camp with his leaders, and so it was really proud when we could build the capability of our HR leaders so that it wasn't just the business leaders that were going to math camp. The HR leaders were also going and adding context to the conversation. That was what was really I thought groundbreaking, because it's not just about the numbers. It's about the numbers and the context about what's going on and then different decisions that you can make with the data. Growing my network was really, really important within not just the HR organization, but also across Microsoft. So that's something that even as an introvert, and not something that is second nature to me to go and meet people, that takes me out of my comfort zone. But I feel like that's really helped me because I have contacts around the company that I can reach out to when I have questions or need help with something. And then I would also say just taking the time to listen and learn and constantly readjust my thinking from kind of listening and learning. So being open to that has also really helped.